Welcome, you crazy sumbitches, to another podcast episode of Time for Crazy. I am your host, Cracker Joe. What's up, guys? Yeah, how's that weather? Been real fucking nice. I liked it. It's been real warm this week. It's been a lovely fucking thing. I love it. The 30-degree temperatures is what we've been needing around here for a long time. But, it's winter in Iowa. It could be 30 below one day and 35 above the next. Ain't that some shit? I believe so. So, anyway, why is it that most of you idiots, when you're out driving around and there's dry concrete and snow on the ground, you drive like a fucking moron? Why? I mean, the speed limit is 45. It's not that fucking fast. You can go 45 when the pavement is dry and there's snow in the grass. That's fine. But when you're doing 30 and a 45, and I get behind you with my SUV, I'm going to lay on the horn, I'm going to ride your ass, and you're lucky I don't have a push bar because I'd be slamming right up into it. That's just the asshole that I am. I guess I get a little bit of road rage. Who doesn't, right? Who doesn't get a little bit of road rage nowadays? Especially in this day and age, being cooped up all the fucking time. And then when you do go out, you deal with dumbass motherfuckers. Dumb motherfuckers. Whew. There is the fact that we have had over twice the amount of snow that we normally would get in the winter, Normally in Waterloo area, we would get around 20 inches. We've had thus far 46 plus. Ain't that some shit? 46 inches plus. Man, we normally get only 20 on average. 46, 26 more inches than normal, man. That is just ridiculous. And the extreme cold temperatures don't help, especially. You get all the snow on the ground, that's one thing, makes it cold. But you add the extreme cold weather with it, that really fucks some shit up. Like my house. Yeah, that was a fun one. The extreme cold temperatures fucked my shit up. Froze my pipes first. So I had no water for a week and a half. We going on 2 weeks, I finally get water going. The pipe bursts later that day. Now I got water going at half pressure, and I got a pipe burst right underneath my trailer. The idiot that wrapped it up didn't put the heat tape on correctly. He coiled it all the way around. And by coiling it all the way around, it heated up so much it actually made an impression in the fucking PEX stuff that they run the water lines through. But anyway, with that said, they got that fixed finally. They dug up my driveway, tore the shit out of it. A couple chunks of concrete out there from the sidewalk. They didn't have to touch the driveway itself, I don't think, but they did touch the gravel part of the driveway. Now, the gravel part of the driveway, I just put together last summer. I did. Spent a couple $100 on a couple tons of fucking gravel. Got it dropped off. Had to spread it out. Oh, wait, I didn't. I had a friend of mine do it, a little Mexican dude. He even told me to take a picture because nobody would believe the fact that I had a Mexican put it all together for me. Break it all out and shovel it all out. He was a good guy, that Jorge. Anyway, it's almost like saying asshole in Spanish. Jorge. No, I'm just kidding. So anyway, it's a fucking muddy mess out there. My landscaping is all messed up around my shed, in the front of my shed. I had mulch out there. I had walking pavement platforms, and yeah, it's buried under mud now and water. That won't drain, of course, because I got the mulch and stuff in there, and doesn't drain very well. Sucks. Terrible cleanup. Terrible cleanup. I got to shovel a lot of mud away, and I'm not looking forward to doing it. I had my son go out and do a little bit of it. He got some of it. I'm hoping that it gets nice soon so I can get out there with my damn power washer and I'll just hose the whole shit out of it. It's what I'm going to have to do, I guess. So, back to the driving thing in Iowa in the wintertime. Blackhawk County plates, Iowa plates, period, really. You fucking people should know how to drive. And if you don't know what you're doing, get the hell off the road. Call an Uber. Call a friend. Call DoorDash. Call Domino's. Somebody will bring you something. Certainly don't need to be out on the fucking road if you don't know what you're doing. If you can't handle driving in the wintertime, stay home. Because you stay home makes it safe for everybody else that's out on the road that knows what they're doing and needs to get shit done. And we ain't got to worry about your dumb ass getting in the way. That's the part that pisses people off, especially guys like me. People like me. Me, period, all right? We get fucking crazy about it. Bullshit. Every day, all I got to do is drive down the street, check my mail at the post office, come back, and I've been road raged 3 or 4 times. At least 3 or 4 times. It's terrible. Terrible. Hell, going to the gas station's only a block up the road. I still get my road rage. Wow. Too bad they don't have a pill for that, do they? Doc. Yeah, anyway. All right, moving on. But a positive outtake to this whole ordeal with this fucking cold weather snap that we had and whatnot is coming out of the storm. My water lines are all they're the way they should be now. Okay, they're done the proper way they should have been done before I bought the trailer. My bad for not having it inspected. This is the first time I bought anything this big. I mean, I bought cars, but never a house. Now I got my own trailer. Whatever. So anyway, it's in better shape than it was before. And that's great, because now I'm not going to have this problem fucking next year. And if I do, yeah, we won't get into that. But don't forget also that we've had a shit ton of nice weather this past week. And enjoying the weather this week has been a blast. I went out to the shed and a shelf popped in my head. I built a shelf. I put together a shelf out there. Then I brought it inside and I stained it and polished it, sanded it a little bit, and hung it on my wall. Now it's got the modem and the router and a couple security devices up there and knickknacks and whatnot. And it looks nice. Instead of being a lonely piece of wood out in the shed, now it's a beautiful cherry wood shelf. Well, cherry wood stain. It looks pretty. I like it. So, anyway. Coming around with this warm weather, it's been uplifting, especially knowing that this COVID shit has been going around and everybody's kind of been on lockdown and whatnot. There's some of us out there who don't believe into it. They're not buying into the bullshit, the hypocrisy of the whole ordeal, and some of us think it is bullshit. All these people are getting vaccinated, but yet there's more and more people dying from it. Now, if all these people are getting vaccinated, why is there more and more people dying from it? It doesn't make sense. And that's the thing, too, is nobody's jumping anybody's ass about it. Not like they did before with another president. Won't get into politics unless they call my mom. Doo-dah, doo-dah. I won't get into politics unless I call my mother. That'd be a whole different show if I can get her on here. I'll have a guest. She'll be my first one. Yeah. Cracker Joe has a mom. I wasn't hatched. Ain't that some shit? Anyway, from all the crappy weather that we've had to all the beautiful weather that we've had, this is what weather and living in Iowa is all about. Iowa, yeah, she'll freeze the hell out of you, but always come back to warmth. And when she comes back to warmth, man, it's a beautiful thing because Iowa is a lovely place to live. If you can handle the fucked up weather in the wintertime, you're all right. You'll fucking survive pretty much, So, but anyway, I think that next episode, there's going to be two things going on. I would like to hear some comments from you guys and find out what you have in store or what you have in mind for a new show that you'd like me to do, something that you'd like me to chat about, talk about, bullshit about, or just rip on about. Let me know. Drop me an email. Host CJ at timeforcrazy.fun. That's host CJ at timeforcrazy.fun. Send me the email. Drop me a link. Subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube. If you're listening to this on your podcast player, subscribe to my channel so you can listen to all the other episodes and upcoming episodes. I think you'll like it. I think you'll enjoy it. Next week, though, I do think it's time to discuss the Waterloo School Board. Dun, dun, dun. And all its fucking stupid flaws. And yeah, I got in trouble with the school board. We'll get into that next week. You're going to love it. It's going to be great. So, I hope you enjoy the show. Sorry that I skipped last week. I had to skip last week because I wasn't sure if the servers were going to stay up or not. They did crash over the weekend because of a DDoS attack, which is just an attack on the servers. It just basically blocks content from being played and so forth. It was just to the podcast environment in the podcast world. It wasn't to anybody else. And it certainly wasn't about data. It wasn't a data breach at all. It was just some stupid kid doing stupid games. And they got him. They shut it down. And they got everything back up and running on Monday. But I wasn't 100% sure, so I wanted to make sure that everything was going to work properly. So I waited for this weekend to do my next episode. So I apologize for there not being an episode last week. I promise I'll keep these flowing. They'll be here every Friday night. All right? Ha-ha! Now, don't forget your comments and suggestions are pleasingly welcomed and needed. Your comments are what keep me going and keep me motivated. Honestly. Remember to subscribe to my podcast, no matter what platform you're listening to it on. Go over to my website, www.timeforcrazy.fun. I do have some merchandise up there. If you're interested in getting some, you can go ahead and sign up and buy some. You can hear me on Apple, Google, Spotify, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. I'm out there, baby. I'm out there. And I'm not going away either. So anyway, keep in mind, we get into some crazy shit sometimes. Sometimes we don't. But when we do, it's a fucking good time and it's a blast. So, well, folks, like I've said, this is never the end, only the beginning of what's to come. So I'd like to thank you all for listening in. Don't forget to swing back next week for another great episode of Time for Crazy. I am your host, Cracker Joe. Until then, always remember, stay crazy, my friends.